How you guys doing? And thanks for tuning in to Wicked Mornings. Let's take a look at all of our available kits for the 2017 through 2022 Ford Super Duty F250, 350, 450, and if you have a nice 550 with factory LED lighting. Let's take a look at these kits one by one. The first kit on the table is our roof kit. Now this does fit Super Duties from 2017 through 2024 with that plug. That plug is located on the passenger A-pillar right on the corner of the dashboard behind some sound deadening. It's very easy to interrupt and flashes all 5 roof lights as one unit. We did this because it's far more effective than splitting up the roof lights. The module is capable of splitting up the roof lights, and if you want to do the extra work for that solution, get a hold of us ahead of time and we can supply some extra wire, and you can pull the headliner down if you want to isolate the 2 lights. However, by default, our kit runs all 5 at once because we do feel that that is a much better, much faster solution, and that's how we like to do it. This connection here is coming to be plug and play very soon. Some of the kits you'll still get connectors like this and a blunt cut 18.5 power, but in the future it will be plug and play like this very soon. So that is the roof kit. The 18.5 drops down out the passenger floor and goes to your auxiliary switches on the passenger side or driver's side, depending on year of truck, and or ran off of a dashboard switch of your choosing. We do not provide switches in these kits, as many of these trucks already have them. That is our roof kit for the 17 to 24 Super Duty, and is pretty much identical for the 25, but we'll have a different plug. This is a kit that we offer to flash the white forward-facing spotlights in your mirrors. There are some kits online that allow you to steady burn the spotlights only. This allows you to strobe and or steady burn the spotlights. This fits 17 through 22 Super Duties, as well as 15 through 20 F-150s. And our product is the only one on the market that is pre-notched to plug directly into your truck without having to cut up or modify this green plug. Other products require you to cut and modify your plug on your truck, and we do not. We have addressed that and modified the green or the gray connector here to accept the green Ford connector, and it plugs right in, no modification necessary. This repurposes your factory mirror switches. So the left mirror switch will strobe the lights, 29 available flash patterns, selectable via that red button, and the right switch will steady burn both lights. Now you do need to have the switches and the white mirror lights to use this kit, so keep that in mind. That is our plug and play white mirror kit. Here we have our Ford cargo light kit for the LED Ford third brake cargo lights. This is very similar to our roof kit, where it is a single plug at the back of the cargo light and flashes both sides white portion of the cargo light. We don't like to flash the red third brake light, as it does violate some federal laws and is very much a safety device. So typically we do not flash the red third brake light on any of our kits, nor do we flash the lower brake lights either. This cargo kit will flash the white portion, both sides in unison. And again, this will be replaced with a plug and play style connector very soon. So some of the kits will still have connections on them like this, and eventually will be plug and play here also. Notice all of our modules are embossed. Make sure you're getting real Wicked Mornings products. This comes with 18.5 to run all the way forward from the cargo light. I have a video that shows you how to snake the wire underneath the headliner into the cabin of the truck. Fairly easy install, but this will mount behind the cargo light, third brake light, and this wire will go forward from there to your switch device, either your factory auxiliary switch and or your aftermarket switch, whatever you choose. That is how our Ford cargo light flasher kit will install. Very similar to the ones we offer for the F-150 as well as the newer Super Duty. Staying out back of the truck, this is our 17 through 22 Super Duty reverse plug and play auto flasher kit. This comes with the plug and play power harness and the module with a short lead for the close light and a longer lead for the further light. Now this module on 17 through 19 trucks will typically install on the driver's side, because you will want to run your power wire up the driver's side and to your auxiliary switches. On the 20 to 22 trucks, the power wire will run up the passenger side. So you'll mount the module on the passenger tail light. This is very simple, plug and play interruption behind the tail light. All you simply do is unplug the tail light, unplug our connector, plug and play. Plug the factory harness into our connector, plug our connector into the tail light, and you're done. Plug in your power harness and run this forward to your auxiliary switches and or your aftermarket switch of your choice. That is our 17 through 22 Super Duty reverse auto flasher kit. Again, required to have the LED reverse lights. If you do not have this style plug, which we will put a still picture in as well, then this kit will not work. Now we also offer the exact same kit for the Super Duties tail lights. Same requirement, must have LED lights, must have that plug. So you can get the tail light flashing in red, you can get the reverse flashing in white, or if you'd like, on the 20 to 22 Super Duty only, they have added the amber turn signal. So you can get the amber turn signal as well on the 20 to 22 Ford Super Duty. Uses the same plug. However, the 17 to 19 Super Duty does not have an amber turn signal. So this kit is not appropriate for the 17 to 19. It is only appropriate for the 20 to 22. 17 to 19, you can run the 17 through 22 tail light kit or reverse kit. So this video is covering all three of these rear light kits. They all use the same plug, but as you can see, as explained, the 20 to 22 is the only one applicable for the rear amber turn signal, as the 17 to 19 tail light and reverse only lenses do not have an amber turn signal. So please keep that in mind, and please make sure you have these plugs if you're going to order these kits for the rear lights of your 17 through 22 Super Duty. This is exactly what you're going to get. Here we have the kit for the 17 through 22 Super Duty DRL front headlight. And by DRL, I'm discussing the daytime running light, the border, the ring, the C-ring around the edge of the headlight that's in white. That is what this is. This is not a low beam headlight flasher. You would certainly not want to be flashing the LED headlights on your vehicle when you can flash the DRL. So the DRL kit here comes with the module, comes with a short connector for the passenger headlight, a plug and play wire harness that will take the power from the module behind the passenger headlight and route it to your auxiliary switches. The longer wire goes over to the driver's side headlight. I have had no problem accessing these plugs through the fender well. On each side, it is tight. You do have to move a wire harness out of the way a little bit on the driver's side, but it is accessible. And this kit should install in about 2 hours or less for the novice mechanic. If you want to take the grill and headlights out, you can, but it is unnecessary. This is the DRL kit. Again, it mounts behind each headlight and plugs and plays at the headlight connector. Of course, you don't lose any functionality on any of these kits, and make sure your kits are embossed with the Wicked Warnings logo, of course. That is the DRL kit for the 17 through 22 Super Duty. And while we're talking about the headlight DRL kit, we will sister over and take a look at the front signal kit, which is basically identical, except it flashes the amber front signals, which need to be LED. So if you do not have LED amber front signals, please stop here. As well as if you do not have a white DRL in your headlight, please stop here. It's imperative that you have those features and that your plugs match this as well. Not only that just the plugs match, but that you have the feature in your headlight. If you have a halogen base headlight, these kits are not going to work. So this is what will flash the front signal. If you want, instead of the white DRL, you can have the amber front signal. Now keep in mind, while you're flashing your front turn signal, your factory turn signal is disabled. So, because you are in strobe mode, we have taken over that headlight and we are using it as a strobe. So we need to refrain from using your turn signals if you're using the front turn signal kit or the rear turn signal kit. I'm going to add that note to the rear turn signal kit video. If you're using the rear turn signal kit, you need to refrain from using the turn signals on the rear of the truck at the same time, because you've taken over the turn signals to use them as strobes. Same thing for the front signal kit, just FYI on that. That is the front signal kit for the 17 through 22 Super Duty. Here we have our 17 through 22 Super Duty fog light flashing kit meant to flash the LED factory fog lights. If you do not have LED factory fog lights, feel free to change your light bulbs to LED and this kit should still work. However, it is best used on LED lighting and LED factory lighting is preferred. You have your 18.5 extension cable with a plug and play connector here for your power harness. This will flood white the fog lights if you'd like, as does any of our kits. It has the flood feature. This plugs in right behind the bumper on the main bumper connection. It's very easy to get to, and you simply run the power wire up to your corresponding switch, whether it be the auxiliary on driver or passenger side, or into the cabin through the driver's firewall to an aftermarket switch. That would be how this is installed. Very easy. It does have alternation. It does alternate the fogs left and right, and has 29 patterns plus steady burn, so all of the good stuff. This is the upgraded version with the really nice wire and the plug and play connectors. This is the newest stuff out right now with the auto flasher modules. So there you have the overview. That's how our kits are going to be set up here for the 17 through 22 Ford Super Duty. And any questions or comments, please address before ordering. But if this seems like it's going to work for you and your plugs match and your lighting matches, then go right ahead. Thanks again for tuning into Wicked Warnings.